Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion. Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
Well, the offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The forwards are Gordon and Tucker. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Capela in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the 5. Harden, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. One and done at UCLA. How about second overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
It's his first trip to the line.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Ray, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
Westbrook Favors with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Here's Westbrook. Banked in off the glass.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Pass to Williamson. Releases from 15. Offensive rebound. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Westbrook gets it to go.
This is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Westbrook against Ball. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
For Houston, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden against Favors. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Holiday against Harden. Holiday goes in. And oh, Oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Harden outside. The three. Knocks down the three ball.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in L.A. I wonder if being away from everything that L.A. offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
That free throw, no good. And with the Pelicans, ball can be quite dangerous in an Alvin Gentry offense.
Yeah, this up-tempo style that Alvin likes to play, a lot of it borrowed from the 7 seconds or less offense of Mike D'Antoni, is going to be very exciting. They could be a league pass team as Lonzo Ball loves to advance it with the pass, finding players like Ingram, Holiday, and of course Zion Williamson on the break could lead to some exciting basketball in the Bayou.
Harden gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pelicans still look like they're getting going, trailing here by 8, and first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a
A look at James Harden, coming off a terrific season. First in scoring, second in steals, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him. Now here's Gordon. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pelicans trail by 10. Ball, the pass to Favors. He dishes it to Holiday. Pass the ball. Back to Holiday. Passes it to Ingram. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Holiday surveying the floor. That shot is off.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And the dunk by Capela.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
The pass to Harden. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Houston with another.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
I say self-made, meaning I design myself. Fade to the room, I found yourself. Myself, trying to like the life I built. West side 60, I might got. Status so tall, I think I might got still. Legendary baller like Will. 96 Impala, no wheels. Up against the wall, that 5-12.
With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Fifth on the list, the Pelicans.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And here's Favors. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run, and Capela sends it back. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Here's Holiday. Just 3 to shoot.
You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Harden finds Tucker. Back to Harden. Over Williamson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's 12 points for James Harden.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows. And offensively, how do the Pelicans go from good to elite?
Well, raise your hand if you want more shooting. And I can see David Griffin raising his hand. That's what it's about for these guys. Tough to win in this league if you don't have the floor spacing. They're going to play at a great pace, but man, could they use a few shooters.
Connects from three-point range.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
It's Rivers on the wing. Offensive rebound. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Ball. New Orleans on D. Rivers gets a wide open look. And another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter, exploding from the perimeter.
Holiday buried from 15 feet out.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting a J.
Now here's Gordon. Capela against Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Rivers. Over Favors. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Rivers has got 5 now. Here's Holiday. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
So for the Pelicans, Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. And it's Josh Hart in for Brandon Ingram. And so it's New Orleans with it. Here's Hart. Stolen by Rivers. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And checking out the numbers for Rivers. Last season's performance for him. Put up 8 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Redick dishes to Holiday. 6 to shoot. And that one drops. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Here's Harden. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the game right now. The Pelicans making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And the Rockets making a change here as well. House is checked in. Free throw good. James Harden. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Now Holiday after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Knocked away. Here's Holiday. Rebound by House.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Capela. It's Harden with the drive. Got a piece of it. And they get it back. And it's Capela missing. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pelicans. Passes it to Hayes. Over Rivers. Hayes, no good.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Outside Gordon. The dish now to Capela. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. That's good from Capela. The Pelicans shooting an alarming 21% to get things going here. To the left wing, here's Hayes. That one off the back iron and out.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. And there's the pass to Green. Inside, taken away by Hayes.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steal.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Pass to Harden. Gordon with it. Poked away, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th in assists, And, of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace, he was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Houston's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. For Houston, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And he knocks down the first one.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
And so he hits both.
Alvin Gentry has seen a lot in his time around the NBA, and last year in New Orleans, really no different. Injuries and trade demands from their top player. It was about trying to keep things together. I don't know, maybe the reward of all that was the roster that he has in front of him now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And sometimes when a new front office takes over, a coaching change comes next. But Alvin Gentry continues as head coach with the Pelicans.
Well, a good reason for that is the previous relationship that Alvin Gentry had with David Griffin during their times in Phoenix. They've done a tremendous job of setting the table here. A new infusion of talent, different coaches, a change in front office, a new direction from the ownership group. And this is going to give Alvin Gentry the runway to grow and learn with some tremendous young players.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Holiday. It's tipped. Now here's Green. Defense right on him. It's blocked. 52 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Hart. Rebound by House. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Pass to Rivers. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Holiday, here we go. They get a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And so here is New Orleans, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hart.
Well, the defense from Eric Gordon, sensational there. Really did a stellar job of contesting the jumper.
And Green launches it from deep. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Rockets on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. You know, we have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. You know, I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, Hayes out there with Williams. Then it's Ball, and it's Hart in at the 3 slot. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
Westbrook against Ball. Williams passes to Hayes. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. 5th best, Clint Capela.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Houston's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Got that one up quick. Westbrook's got 9 points.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Passes it to Ball. Here's Hayes. He's covered by Westbrook. But they get it back. Here's Alexander Walker. Shot to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Great open look there. 12 points for him.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
The pass to Hayes. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
So for the Pelicans, Derek Favors checked in for Hayes. Williamson comes in for Williams. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Josh Hart. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Westbrook against Ball. Westbrook with the bucket.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it. Just wondering, with Russell Westbrook and the 3 seasons under his belt in Oklahoma City is averaging a triple-double, what is he capable of doing in this Houston Rockets offense? And more importantly, how do Russell Westbrook and James Harden coexist?
And providing the support, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by the Rockets.
Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for New Orleans. J.J. Redick. Here's Houston now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And with Westbrook and his usage rates, it was once over 40%. But, Brett, that has dropped in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it might drop a little bit more here, Kevin, with James Harden being Russell Westbrook's teammate. You just wonder how much stylistically it's going to change. This offense has always been about the 3-point attack, and that's not a strong suit of Russell Westbrook's. However, the havoc he creates, that works just about anywhere.
13 feet away. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Westbrook's got 16 points. New Orleans has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And Redick kicks the ball. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Rivers. To Dishes to Westbrook. Fires the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Westbrook's got 19 points.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Favors finds Redick. Pass the ball. Clock at 6. From 12 feet out. And the shot is long. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 19-4 run. Here's Rivers. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. That's on J.J. Redick.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
The Rockets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. He misses the free throw. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
I mean, I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. Yeah. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes, but whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
And the Rockets making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
Westbrook passes to House. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Favors dishes to Redick. Puts it up from 12. Favors passes to Williamson. That's tipped, and they're able to recover. Ball against Westbrook, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Taking a look at some numbers for Redick, how he did last season. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Gordon's checked in for Hartenstein. That one is no good. Houston's gotten out from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Count that one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Ball kicks to Williamson. Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Outside for Redick. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Harden. To the inside. Stolen by Ball. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And it's the quickness of ball that's a problem for defenders. Solid at finding ways to get fouled on the way up.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Ingram outside. 5 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Williamson. They get it back.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Drew Holiday. He's checked in for Lonzo Ball. Drew Holiday. Harden the pass to House. And stolen by Favors. 3 on 3. Here's Williamson. Second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
For New Orleans, they have had some good chances at the line, but only gone 6 of 12 from the stripe.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Well, if there was ever a no-doubt #1 pick, it is Zion Williamson. Brent, New Orleans jumped at the chance to draft him.
Yeah, hard to think of a transition where you have a transcendental star in Anthony Davis in the 7 seasons he gave to the Pelicans, that Zion Williamson would come in and almost make you, and I don't mean this in a bad way, Kevin, but forget about AD. There's that much excitement and enthusiasm around what the talent set is and the skill set of this young star player could be.
And the expectations for Williamson are sky high. A superb athlete whose skill set and drive to be great is off the charts.
Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Out to Ingram. Fires for 3. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Westbrook finds Gordon. Now, here is Harden. Now the pass to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Westbrook double team for 3. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Favors dishes to Holiday. Softly drops in the floater. Holiday's got 8.
That's a great drive from Drew Holiday, using that blazing speed to his advantage.
Houston's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. Westbrook passes to Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Derek Favors. For Houston, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for New Orleans. Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. Kenrich Williams comes in for Williamson. And it's Josh Hart in for J.J. Redick. And a switch here also for Houston. Clint Capela, he's checked in for Danuel House. And both free throws good for James Harden. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pelicans. The shot. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. Rocket shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. For 3, Westbrook, he can't get it to go. New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Hart. The Rockets pull it in. Harden's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harden draws the double. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Holiday. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
For 3, Westbrook, and he's good on the 3 ball. Westbrook's got 26 points.
I can't forget about Russell's range. I know it's not the most efficient shot, but he's capable of draining some perimeter shots in rhythm.
Hart the pass to Alexander Walker. And here's Holiday. Just 4 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Hayes. That's his second personal foul.
For Houston, they have been good at the free throw line. In this one, 7 of 8.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Harden. Harden hits them both. Here's Holiday. 8 points for him. 1:22 left now here in the second. Good on the shot. Holiday's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Westbrook. Outside Gordon. Lets it go with a 3. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his 3rd foul of the game. New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Pass to Hayes. Here's Alexander Walker. Hart kicks to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Bucket is good. Holiday's got 12 in the game.
Well, the defense was all over Holiday there, but shooting window was open.
Westbrook finds Harden. Harden draws the double. And finished off by Westbrook.
I love the aggressiveness. He's been on fire the entire first half and continues to strike while the iron's hot.
Holiday against Westbrook. Holiday the pass to Hayes. From outside off the mark. Holiday against Westbrook. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Rockets now. Here's Alexander Walker. That shot misses.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Rockets ahead, running away with this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Alvin Gentry. And Coach, you guys struggled in the first half. What will be your message to your team to try and turn it around?
Well, I think the big thing was that I thought we were getting good shots. We just weren't knocking them in. And then I thought we had to play a little faster. I thought we had to pick up the pace of the game. We did, and we started making a few shots.
We'll see who wins that pace-space battle in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He ended up with 28 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He came into tonight following a tremendous performance last time out and looks eager for a repeat. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, their three-point shooting has told the tale here tonight, fellas. They've been lights out from behind the arc. Whether it's coming off a high screen or pulling off the dribble, it seems like whatever they're doing, it's going correct. There's not a lot you can do when a team's got this hot from downtown.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half. Start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here we go. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Tucker and Capela are up front. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
You just watch Zion Williamson, and everybody's so curious about where it is that he fits positionally. We do know this. In terms of his power and athleticism, he's already elite. And in this league, he's going to find ways to make contributions. And where he likes to hang his hat is the way he plays defensively. And for a young player to gravitate towards that, that's something special.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops. And Brent with Zion, he's a great fit for a team that will want to get up and down like the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt that he has already infused this city and this franchise with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm to watch his growth. But the mindset of Zion Williamson is about what he can do for the team. And that's what I'm most interested in. What kind of plays can he make? And him playing defense and using that ability down there to ignite the offense, that's where he can make some immediate impact.
Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
Well, they've decided, and so has Russell, to ride his hot hand here tonight.
Pelicans shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. Now here is Holiday. He's covered closely. The Rockets pull it in. Harden's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harden draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That is a jump ball.
And so here is Houston. Harden draws the double. Knocked loose. Williamson with it. And it's Harden picking him up. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
Lonzo Ball. That's the 1 for 2.
That's good from Ball. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Now here's Westbrook. He has 30. Lob pass to Capela. And stolen by Favors. Holiday with the 3. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. In the corner, Harden. Harden draws the double. Stolen by Ball. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And the dunk by Williamson.
I really like the activity level from Ball. Excels at reading his man and jumping all over him. And great at coming up with those steals.
That's tipped. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Holiday against Harden. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Rockets with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Gordon with it. Now guarded by Ingram. Gordon finds Harden. Westbrook surveying the D. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Ball's running.
Yeah, Ball just really good at running in transition. Smart at knowing where to sprint to in the open floor.
Harden outside. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Ball against Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ball. Makes it off the glass. Ball's got 8 points.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
And Tucker has it in the corner. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Harden. He's off on that one. And New Orleans will come the other way. Here's Williamson. Good on the 3-point shot. Williamson's got 7 now in this quarter.
The confidence evident. Zion, no problem rising and firing away. That's a sign of a true leader.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. They'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Now Holiday, 12 points for him. Pass the ball. Passes to Ingram. The tray. Rebounded by Capela. Capela's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Poked loose and stolen by Favors. Outside Holiday. And the pass to Favors. He kicks it to Ball. Shot clock at 6. Tipped away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's look at the numbers here for Brandon Ingram. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered. 1 of 5 here, Kevin, to start the half. Their offense looks like it's shrinking right now.
Pass the ball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
He's been spending quite a bit of time at the foul line. This is trip number 6.
Lonzo Ball at the line for 2.
The first one falls. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
And Ball sets up his teammates, and when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Harden inside the three-point line. Another miss by Houston. On offense, here are the Pelicans. They've outscored them 16 points to 2. Not slowing down. Pass to Williamson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Harden, and the rejection by Favors, and he gets it back. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Hayes, he's checked in for New Orleans. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Ball. Rebound by House. House has got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Green. It's deflected. And it's Ball in the corner. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. Rivers kicks to Green. To the wing right side. Harden outside. Harden draws the double. They get a hand on it. Hayes with the steal. Here's Williamson, the stupendous finish in traffic. Williamson's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Rivers against Ball. Rivers with it. He has 6. Harden surveying the D. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capela. Last season, he played outstanding. 2nd in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become number 1 this time around. Ball, the pass to Hayes. Now Redick. Kicks it to Hayes. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Rivers has got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Green. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got his 2nd basket of the game.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hayes, no good.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Hart, that's good.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that, you see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Harden right side. Shoots. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Harden's got 27 points. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Ball with the rebound. And the Pelicans shooting around 44% in this 3rd quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
And that one falls for Williams.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And both free throws good for Williams. Houston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And here's Harden. He's got 27. Off target with his 3.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Rivers, and it's denied. Here's Alexander Walker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now the feed to Hayes. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Now here's Rivers. 6 points for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Hayes. That's his 3rd personal foul.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Rivers. Rivers hits both of them. The Pelicans shooting 47% from the field in the third. Alexander Walker passes to Hayes. Redick up top, guarded by Hart.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
J.J. Redick at the line for 2.
2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's MO all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
Clark, he's checked in for the Rockets. And he sinks the second. And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
The Pelicans shooting 32% overall right now, not one of their better showings. Good. Hart's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Harden outside, a 3-ball. That shot no good, and it's the Pelicans taking it the other way.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
Passes it to Green. Harden outside, from outside the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Alexander Walker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now Harden. From deep three-point range. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Houston Rockets, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Holiday at the 1 and Redick at the 2. And it's Hart in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. New Orleans with the ball. Redick with it. Holiday left side. To the paint. Here's Hart. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Gordon finds Westbrook. It's 3 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, he was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
Holiday dishes to Redick. Clock at 6. The 11-footer. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Westbrook. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Pelicans trail by 20. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. That free throw, no good. The Pelicans making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Feeds it to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Outside Holiday. Over to the wing. Here's the three. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capela's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Harden. Redick with the rebound.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
And Capela sends it back. An even 3-on-3 break. Gordon with no one around. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Gordon gets the pass there and takes off for the jump shot before the defense could react.
There's the pass to Holiday. Hit the floater. Rebounded by Capela. Capela's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Westbrook double team. Launches a 3. And it's Gordon missing.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
Here's Holiday. And Redick kicks to Ingram. Knocked loose. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Holiday, the pass to Ingram. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for the Pelicans. New Orleans moving the ball around to the middle. Here's Ingram. No one on him, and he makes the easy one.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Westbrook. And that's 31 points for James Harden.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Favors finds Holiday, looking to get back on track here. That one's not going to go. Westbrook with the nice D there.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Holiday, the pass to Williamson. Shoots over Tucker. And he overshot that one, missing.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
And here's Westbrook. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And he converts the layup.
But when Drew Holiday gets involved in the pick and roll sets like that one there, it's very difficult to guard him. He uses his speed and quickness and change of direction and knocks down the shot.
Gordon finds Tucker. Gordon against Ingram. Outside Gordon. Houston needs to get a shot off. A fadeaway. And it's off the back rim. No good.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Holiday against Westbrook. Now here's Ball. Here's the floater. He lays it in. Ball's got 9 points now in just the second half.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because he seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Westbrook up top. He kicks to Tucker. From deep. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 4 rebounds in this game. Holiday gets the bucket.
Drew's got such a great build. 205, 210 pounds, a bigger guard. Hard to knock him off of his shot.
Favors against Harden. Harden draws the double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
Williamson kicks to Ingram. Beyond the arc. The Rockets pull it in. Outside Westbrook to end the drought. That shot missing, and it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Ball, the pass to Williamson.
This is the challenge Williamson possesses to many defenders. Hard to guard him without fouling.
Shooting for New Orleans, Zion Williamson. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for New Orleans. Okafor comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capela. Chandler comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for James Harden. Good on both. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Houston leading by 18. To stop the drought. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Pass the ball. For the three. But they recover it. And Favors kicks to ball. Here's the teardrop. Got a hand on it. Here is Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Derek Favors.
Shooting for Houston, James Harden at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for James Harden. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up
with
for that
courtside
job.
seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. That one is off. So for the Pelicans, Okafor is checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. And Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. And the second free throw, good. And bird right's an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if the player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Green. Pelicans trailed by 21.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Russell Westbrook.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
No good on the second free throw. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
That's a 2 from Cephalosha, and it's Melly with the rebound. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Rivers dishes to Green. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.